Back here with Mike's Mustang Repairs, and today we're working on the 5th generation 2016 Toyota 4Runner. We're going to do an oil change on it and an oil service where we remove the filter and replace that as well. It's pretty easy. One exception was the filter was on very tightly, so when we were pulling that off we cracked the housing a little bit and we're replacing that with a new aluminum one. So let's get after it. The 4Runner owner's manual, you can see page 460 and 461 have the specifications for oil. You can see with the filter the oil change is 6.6 quarts and without a filter 6.0. Since we're changing with the filter, we'll do to 6.6 quarts, and the weight is OW20, so we're going to get that oil. Now the one piece that's not in here is the filter, so you'll have to go look that up in your local automotive shop. So got the oil filter wrench, a ratchet, new oil filter, synthetic oil, blocks to put underneath the wheel so that way it doesn't roll, oil pan, an extra catch pan, jack and jack stand. Don't think I'm going to need those, but going to try and jack it up so we can see a little better. And then 10, 12, and 14 millimeter sockets. I'll use right here as my jack point. The 4 bolts to remove the skid plate are located here. 1, 2, 3, and there should be one here. 4, and then there's 2 in the back. Right there. And there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these bolts as well. 1, 2, 3, and this front skid plate should come off as well. Alright, got it. The last 2 bolts we need to remove on this skid plate right here, 12 millimeter. We'll do that next. We have access to the drain plug, so we'll go ahead and drain the oil. We'll open the cap to not create a vacuum in the system and let it drain better. The oil filter is right under here. It was a bear to get off. I don't know how tight it was, but they say that heat causes it to expand a little bit and make it very difficult to pull off, and I definitely experienced that today. As you can see, here's the stock one. There's 2 clips on the inside. We're going to bend them in and then press down and rotate to get the inner cylinder out. For comparison, here is the new one made by Toyota and looks pretty solid. So we're going to pull this cylinder out as well. Push down, rotate. And you're left with a cylinder, a spring, and a little plate. And there we go. We got the taller cylinder and the new housing. We'll just bend these clips back out so it doesn't pop out. And then we'll put the filter in. Looks good. Don't forget to put oil on the O-ring here and the O-ring underneath here. And then we'll torque the bottom to 9 foot-pounds and the top to 18 foot-pounds. So lube up these O-rings. All right, we got this in hand tightened so we don't strip it. We'll go ahead and tighten it using a torque wrench now. All right, filled it up with oil, 020. We'll go ahead and start the car. All right, oil light kicked off, that's good. We'll let it run for a minute and we'll see where we're at. The car's running, we're not leaking oil, that's a good sign. Check your oil and you'll be off and running. Just put everything back together.